again everyone, we're back again with another episode, and today I'm going to be reviewing Schrodinger's Cats, a recently kickstarted game which was fully pledged and funded, and this is the finished copy. The game itself plays from 2 to 6 players, is recommended 14 plus, and plays under 30 minutes. I think depending on how many players you've got, that would be about right. Even in the full player count, I would say that it plays under 30 minutes. Now, the card game itself, as it says on the front, is a pseudo-scientific card game for strategic uncertainty. Now, uncertainty would definitely be the word here because it is a blind bidding guessing game. However, you're just trying to raise the bid until somebody else can say prove it, and then you're kind of praying that what everyone else has got in their hands matches your number or higher. It's a great little card game. The game itself has amazing artwork. I should say as well, the game's designed by Heather Wilson, Heather O'Neill and Chris O'Neill, and the art is done by James Stowe, or Stone I would imagine, I should just double check, James Stowe, and he's done a brilliant job with this artwork. There's some funny character cards in there where they sort of mimic other scientists, my favourite one being Stephen Hawking. So all of them are in cat format, and all of them have sort of kind of catty names, as it were. So, you know, there's some element in there that reminds you of cats. I think we should just go and take a look at Schrodinger's Cats. Okay, I thought first of all we'd just take you through some of the character cards, because they are quite funny, and like I said, I love the artwork in this game. They all have a special power to them as well. So this one says skip your hypothesis this turn, and your hypothesis is your bid, but they decided to use the word hypothesis to keep with the sort of scientific element of the game. Anyway, this is Stephen Hawking. This is Sally Pride. My purr there was pretty horrendous. Madame Purry. This is Albert Feinstein. This one's is Mittens Faraday. Neil deGrasse Tabby. Maria Gopern-Time-Meower. Not too sure about that one. Sir Isaac Newton. That's another awesome card. Come on, that's really awesome. The apple, just everything about it's awesome. Whiskers Fencat. And this is my wife's favourite one. I have no idea why. I think it's because my wife thinks she's carrying a bazooka, but it is a telescope, but she likes to think it's a bazooka or some sort of massive weapon. And this is Cecilia Pounce. Okay, I should just say as well that with the secret powers, you can use them at any point during the game, and that's whether somebody's already proved their experiment or in the middle of proving their experiment, because some of them are like take certain cards away from sort of strengthening your hypothesis, which basically means after you've dictated a bid, so you could say, I think there's 3 alive cats, and then you could put 2 down in front of you, and then draw another 2 from this deck. And when you draw, that then goes into your hand and can count to more extra cards that you're putting down. However, this just simply strengthens the hypothesis that you've said. So 4 alive cats, you've put 2 down in front of you. Chances are the other 2 players are going to have another 2. But these also count when another player makes a bid. So if another player says 6 alive cats, and then somebody says prove it, these count towards it as well, even though you've played them down in front of you to strengthen your hypothesis. But it's essentially the guessing and bidding comes into how many alive and how many dead cards are, or empty boxes, and obviously Heisenberg's counting as the wilds at that point as well, are in the table as a whole. So how many across the whole table in everyone's hands are there? Okay, there is 5 different cards that, 4 different cards that will make up your hand. Or you'll get different numbers of these, and that's where the bidding comes in. Now, I'm not going to go too much into the rules, simply because people will get dealt different amount of cards depending on how many players are playing. So just say, for example, in a 6-player game, you start off with 6 cards each, and whoever asks them to prove it, if they're right, they stay in, and the person who made that bid is incorrect is out. And if the person proves it's right, then the person who said prove it's out. And then you do that until the first person with 2 points is till the last man standing, essentially. Sorry, I got confused there because the points are to do with if you're playing like a 3-player game. Now, your hand will be made up of dead cards, Heisenberg cards, which counts as a wild, alive cards, and empty boxes. And you make your bids based on this little lab clipboard here. So this is what kind of confused me to start with, but this is also what I find a little confusing to try and teach to others. So say if somebody started the bid really low at 3 dead cats, so you'll notice the colours pink, green, and then there's like an orangey colour here. Now this is in line with where the bids go. So if somebody bid 3 alive cats, then the next bid could bid 3 dead cats, that's fine, but if somebody bid 3 dead cats, they can't go backwards and then bid for 3 alive cats. They can only go forward on the trail. So if somebody bid 3 dead cats, somebody could bid 4 alive or 4 dead, or 2 empty boxes, or anything below that. So you could like raise it straight high if you say you got a decent hand with like 5 dead cards in it. Dead cat cards in it, you could instantly say 5 dead, and then that pushes people to think, well, there might be 3 empty boxes, and do it that way. And that's where the bidding comes in. So basically what happens is say for example you got dealt these 7 cards. I'll put one of these back. Say you got dealt these 6 cards, and you'll notice that they've got 4 alive and 2 dead. So they've got no empty boxes, no Heisenbergs, anything like that. However, you'd be quite comfortable starting your bid at 4 alive cats. And then it would go round it to the next player, and they would say, okay, well, 4 alive cats, so they're going to say 5 alive cats. And somebody else is going to say 5 dead cats. When somebody says prove it, everyone's hands get laid down on the table. And once that happens, you count up how many cards match that current bid. So in this instance, say somebody bid 5 alive cats. I would have 4 of them instantly. The other player might have 3 or 4. But when you're playing like a big 6-player game like that, you can quite happily go up into these numbers. Say 10, 11, 12, because 6 players get 6 cards each. That's 36 cards. You know there's going to be about, well, you hope there's going to be like 3 or 4 empty boxes, but there's also going to be a bunch of alive and dead cards. And that's where that blind bidding and just guessing game comes into it. And that's basically how you play the game. You go that and you keep going until like there's only 2 of you standing, and then you bid each other out. The last person is the winner. So what did I think of Schrodinger's cats overall? I really enjoyed it. I like the blind bidding aspect. I like the fact that anybody can kind of get into it. The scoring mechanism can be kind of not the scoring mechanism as such, but the bidding mechanism can be kind of hard to explain to people to start with. And I gotta say, another downside to it is the rulebook is not very well written. However, once you get your head around the rulebook, and I say like the rulebook's not very well written, it does. It tells you exactly what you need to do, but there's so many cat jokes in there, you end up getting kind of lost in the cat jokes and then forgetting what kind of bit of the rules you're reading. But other than that, the game itself, once you've got it down, is great fun. The 3 to 4 player mark is just perfect for it. I really like the idea of blind bidding games as well, so just kind of pushing your luck that little bit more, just being like, yeah, I can do it, and just pushing it that little bit further and being like, yeah, there's 7 dead cats between the 3 of us, and between 3 people you think, nah, well, I'm not too sure, and then when it ends up to be true, you're just like, got you. It's that's just such a fun game. There's not really that much strategy to it as there is just kind of a lot of guesswork, but that to me makes it a fun little card game, and it's the kind of card game that I would bring along with me, given the small box size and things as well. Take it away to your travels, take it to your parents, take it to your in my case, we like to play games at our in-laws' house as well. So it's a really, really fun little game, and it's a game that I'll be carrying around in my little travel bag of games with me from now on. We've got a shout out as well to Heather Wilson and Heather O'Neill and Chris O'Neill for giving me the copy to review. I really, really like it. Thanks very much, and I'll be playing this game quite a lot. And that's my review of Schrodinger's Cats. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.
This episode was sponsored by GamesLore, the UK's largest specialist games retailer, which can be found at gameslore.com.